Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I hope your Shabbos preparation is going well, and I hope everyone will have a good Shabbos, an uplifting Shabbos, an inspiring Shabbos, a restorative Shabbos, Shabbos that strengthens us after a week that included some difficult news. Our learning in this Erev Shabbos video, Dvar Torah, and everything associated with it should be a merit, as always, to the hostages. Today is day 427 that they remain in Gaza, for the soldiers who are fighting, for the families of all those people, for all of Israel, for all the Jewish people, for everyone who needs Hashem's protection and blessing. In the very beginning of the parsha, Yaakov Avinu is running away from Esav, his brother who wants to kill him, and he's leaving the land of Israel. And on his last night, sleeping on that ground before he has the dream, or during and right after the dream of the ladder and angels, Yaakov Avinu davens to Hashem and makes certain requests from Hashem that what he wants Hashem to provide for him as he flees. And Hashem also makes promises to Yaakov Avinu. And the Medrash points out that in Hashem's promises to Yaakov Avinu, he responds to all of his requests except for one. Yaakov Avinu davens to Hashem. Vayider Yaakov Neder Lemor, he makes a vow, and he says, Imiya Elokimi Madi, God, if you will be with me, Ushma Rani B'derech, and if you'll protect me on the road, V'nasan Lachem Lechol Begel Lobosh, and you'll give me food and basic necessities, V'shavti V'shalom El Beis Avi, and if you will help me return back to the house of my father, the land of Israel, then Hashem, I will dedicate myself to you. And indeed, Hashem promises Yaakov Avinu, V'nei Anochi Imach, I am with you. I will protect you. And I will return you to this land. And the Medrash points out that Hashem responds to all of Yaakov's requests except for one. Al Hakol Hashiv Baruch, he responded to all. If God will be with me, Hashem said, I'll be with you. If God will protect me, Hashem promised, I'll protect you. If you will make me return, help me return to the land of Israel, Hashem promises, I will make you. But on one, he did not respond. Al haparnasa lo hashivo. Yaakov Avinu's request that Hashem should make sure to provide him with lechem lechol beged lobosh, food and clothing. Hashem did not promise that he'll provide him with food and clothing. That Hashem was not willing to give Yaakov Avinu a guarantee. Why would he promise everything else but not for parnasa, as Chazal put it? This fits perhaps with many teachings of Chazal, that there is a Masorah, we have a tradition that when it comes to parnasa, when it comes to basic sustenance, a person must always put in the efforts. A person will always have to work. Hashem will not provide just through tefillah. There are certain things that are beyond our control, perhaps our health, different world events, war and peace to some degree. And for those things, we can dive into Hashem, and if we merit individually or as a community, Hashem will protect us. He will orchestrate the events behind the scenes. But when it comes to making a parnasa ala parnasa lo eshivo, you can't just daven that. A person must work for. Of course, Hashem can bless his efforts and help the person and make the person successful. And we thank Hashem when we feel that. But there must be some efforts on behalf of the person. Just to quote one medrash, Mizmor LeDavid, Hashem roi lo echsar, Hashem is my shepherd and I shall not lack. The medrash says, Zeh sha'amar kasav, this is the same as the verse says in the Torah, Ki Hashem elokecha, Hashem will bless the work of your hands. Rav Yaakov says, Yachol afilu yoshiv vatel. Maybe a person can even just sit and do nothing, and Hashem will provide, and Hashem will bless. Tamalomar b'chol masei yadacha. Hashem will bless the work of your hands. There must be work. There must be effort. There must be hishtadlus, as some refer to it, and through that Hashem will bless. Through that Hashem will provide. But he will not provide if we do not put in any effort. In our discussions of the idea of Emuna, of belief in Hashem, faith, bitachon, relying on Hashem in our Erev Shabbos, Vidud Torahs, there is an entire sort of sub topic that is parnasa and bitachon. Having belief in Hashem and trust in Hashem, they'll provide. And the mitzvah, the requirement, the directive from Hashem, to work to provide a basic living for ourselves and for our family. And there is a delicate balance between the two, because we must work, but at the same time, we cannot believe that it is solely from our efforts. We must believe that Hashem is protecting us, that Hashem is watching from above. And yet at the same time, we can't just put our trust in Hashem. We have to think that our efforts are important and matter. And how do we find the exact right balance? I'm sure this is a theme that we'll return to a number of times throughout the year. But a person is meant to work and to put in their efforts and to be strategic, but to think that I'm doing this because Hashem wants me to do this so that He can bless me through my actions. But why is this? Why must Hashem bless us through our actions? And Yaakov Avinu in our parsha is a model of this. He tells Lavan as they run away, I worked so hard for you. Worked in the heat of the day and the freezing cold of the night. I did not sleep. I worked for 20 years so hard. Yaakov Avinu worked, but yet he also says, Lule, Elokei Avi, Elokei Abrahamu, Pachad Yitzchak Hayali. If it was not for God, I would not have been protected. I would not have been successful. I would not have made this money. Why is it that we can't just, even if we're deserving of it, daven to Hashem and He'll provide? Why does Hashem say we must work? The truth is, there are multiple answers, and one answer is, it is a punishment. It is a punishment. This is a punishment of Adam and Chava. You'll work by the sweat of your brow. And we can't escape that until the world has been redeemed. But even on the one hand, it is a punishment. Every punishment from Hashem is meant to teach us a lesson and help us grow. And even though it is a challenge that we always have to work hard and yet somehow retain our faith and find Hashem in our efforts, it provides for the opportunity for the greatest achievements in the realm of Emuna. It is one thing to believe that Hashem is orchestrating events, that God's hand is beyond us and controlling things and protecting us, and that is one level. But there's an even higher level to believe that Hashem is working through us, that we feel His providence within us, within our own hands, not just in the events in which we live, in the context in which we live, but in our very essence. Hashem is working through us. We are the agents of Hashem. Hashem's providence is revealed and brought into this world through our actions. And of course, that is true in the world of mitzvahs, but it's even true in the world of parnasa, of hishtadlus. We are to believe that Hashem wants us to work, and through that, He'll bring blessing into the world. We bring blessing into the world. Hashem's divine providence works through us, and for a person to feel that inside of themselves, through that a person reaches in an even higher level of Emuna. And perhaps that is one reason that Allah Parnasa Lo Eshiva. Hashem told Yaakov Avinu, I will not directly provide your basic sustenance. You will have to work for it. And He tells that to us, you have to work for it. But if you work, I will bless those actions, and you will feel my divine providence, my divine blessing in your actions. You will feel my presence within you, and that is the greatest blessing and the greatest achievement in the world of Emuna. Ki Hashem Elokecha v'yirachecha b'chol ma'aseh yadecha. Hashem will bless you through the very work of your hands, and that is the greatest blessing of all. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.